Alright, damn. What's up, guys? It's your boy 3 here, checking in with another video. And today we're gonna be doing another anime review, and this actually is gonna be my first anime review of the whole entire year. So yeah, and we're gonna start the year off with a bang. We're gonna be doing a review on Dr.Stone, and yeah, and this was a really great anime, and yeah, let's get into it. Damn. First thing first is Dr. Stone's plight, and the story follows a boy named Sunku. After waking up from an event that turned all humans into stone, he plans to save humanity by using the power of science. That's pretty much like just the base plot on the surface. And yeah, with the characters, first is Sunku, and yeah, he's pretty much the protagonist of the show. And yeah, like he's a little different from the average shonen protagonist, cause like with him, he's first of all, he's just not like you know how like a usual shonen protagonist usually they be like some type of like they use them as comedic relief. Like they use like Asta. You even had old boy from Demon Slayer, like he was even at some points he was even like used as comic relief. But like with Senku, like they didn't really like, they used him as comic relief, but like he's not one of them type of characters where you'll want to put him in that type of position to be able to try to make the audience laugh. So yeah, like he's, like I said, he's just not the average shonen protagonist. And yeah, then he's also in like an anti-hero, because like every time like he accomplished something and people try to praise him for it, he kind of just throw it away. But usually from other protagonists, like if like you try to praise them or call them a hero, or like they wouldn't really turn it down, like they'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm a hero. But Senku, like he kind of try to stay away from that. And yeah, and that's like what I kind of like about his character too. And also he's like, he got like one of the best character designs out of all like the shonen characters. Like one of his designs like is up there with like the top 10 like best shonen design characters. Like I ain't talking about all time, but probably like right now, I think he's up there with them. So yeah, cause like like first, like the only thing that really makes him like look stupid cool is just the hair with like the blonde hair with green, like like green dyed in. Like I don't know why I like that, but like this is just so cool to me. And yeah, like him wearing the lab coat that's made from like like it was looking for me like it was made from the Stone Age. And yeah, and then we got Kohuku, if I'm saying that right. And yeah, I'm gonna have a picture on the screen, but like she's like one of the female protagonists. And yeah, she was a pretty cool character. We didn't really get deep into her character. Like I wish they would have went like way deeper in her character and just like pretty much just showed us more about her character, because we knew that she loved her sister, but we really didn't know why she loved her sister. Like we didn't see them as kids having a good relationship. I don't think we see as her, like we got to see a little bit with her dad and like her dad and her and their relationship. But like she had like an undying like undying will to try to save her sister, but we didn't really know why she wanted to save her sister. So I wish they would have went into more details about that and just fleshed out her character a little bit more. And yeah, and then we got Chrome, and Chrome was one of my favorite characters in this series. And yeah, he's pretty much everything that Sunku was supposed to be. Cause like if Sunku was the average, Senku was like the average shonen protagonist, Chrome would be exactly what he is. Cause Chrome is the average like shonen protagonist, but he's just in the Dr. Stone universe. That's what makes him different from the other ones. And cause he's used as comic relief, and yeah, he doesn't mind being the hero, and he just got all the characteristics of a shonen protagonist. And yeah, and with his character development was actually really good. in this series, it maybe was the best. And I probably would put it up there, and this probably was the best in my opinion. Like he had like the best character development. His character was fleshed out. His relationships between other characters, we really got to dive into them and see how they were. And yeah, and like this what I really did like his character. And yeah, and then we got Sukasa, and Sukasa, he was pretty much the main villain of the entire anime. And yeah, like I think he didn't get to live up to his potential because his like his character development was kind of hindered because in the story, Senku was trying to hide from him pretty much the whole entire series. So, we didn't really get to see, we didn't see Sakasa like interact with Senku like we did in the beginning, and we just didn't really get to see that much from like Sakasa's like perspective. We didn't really get to see that much from his perspective. So I think his character really didn't get fleshed out. But hopefully next season when the Stone Wars start, they finally can like get some, we can get some more character development, because all we got to see is like a little bit of his past. Like he was like treated bad as a kid by like the rich people that was in power, and then like they abused their power, and like that's the only thing we really got to see. And we know that he like hates older people because of that, and that's all we really know about his character. Really, we don't know nothing else. And yeah, and then we got Tanji. And Tanji, like he was supposed to be like, he was like he was everything that Chrome was supposed to be too, because like with Chrome, like Chrome pretty much took his place. Like Chrome, like if Chrome didn't exist in this series, Tanji would have had all the character development that Chrome had. And yeah, like with like Tanji, like the only reason why he wasn't he couldn't get that character development because he was with Tsukasa the whole entire time, so he didn't really get that character development because we didn't get to see that much from Tsukasa's perspective or Tanji's perspective at all. Hopefully, like I said, next season we get to see more of that character. But overall, we really didn't get to see that much from his character. But I think at the beginning he did have a lot of character development with him like confessing his love for old girl, I don't know her name. And yeah, him just overall kind of like figuring out his relationship with Senku overall. And yeah, and that's one thing I want to say about Tsukasa. Like Tsukasa was, like I said, like he was a deep character too, but like at the same time, like we just didn't get to explore enough of his character to really flush him out all the way. And yeah, and that's pretty much it for like the characters. And then some of my likes in the series, I like that the animation actually stayed very consistent. Like at some points, like you'll never see like any type of drops in quality. You might see a few here and there, but that's average for an anime. But like sometimes this anime will probably have like 5 or 6 episode stretches where like there's like no drop off in quality, and that's one thing that I liked about this anime. And then like the animation is not even crazy. Like the animations are I think like pretty average in like my opinion, but like some of the, like obviously some of the more bigger moments are like more more fleshed out with the drawing. But obviously I say like just the average is, the animation was pretty average, but the thing that made it like really good, that it stayed consistent. Or like we know with Hunter x Hunter, like one thing with Hunter x Hunter nowadays that make it like one of the best animations wise is like, it's not because the animations were great, it's because the animation stayed consistent, and people barely can find any drop off in quality that would made Hunter x Hunter like animations so good. And yeah, and that's one thing I liked about Dr. Stone. Then I also like the large cast of characters. And with this, like with a large cast of characters, like you got so much potential to do anything. Like the the author, he can kill off Sunku, but we still can have other characters and we can follow their stories, and their stories will still be interesting, and it still can hold like the audience hold the audience. I can't talk right now, but yeah. And like with, like I said, with that, like I said, you can pretty much just have like with a large cast of characters, you can have just like a lot of things. and you can have a bunch of different plot points, and you can pretty much connect all the plot all the way together, and it'll become a very complex plot, especially if you have like a bunch of characters, entwined in the plot. And yeah, and then another thing that I also liked was the back and forth between Sunku and all the other characters that he went up against, because he went up against Sukasa, he went up against one of Sukasa men, he went up against another one, I forget, it was a woman actually, and he just went up against a bunch of people, and like he like just seeing him try to outsmart them while they was trying to outsmart him, even though he was like steps ahead of them the whole entire time, but like he just let them pretty much catch up to him, and get to him so he can have fun fighting them. And that's one thing I actually liked about the series. And yeah, and then some of my dislikes, one thing is that they didn't like one thing that I really didn't like is that they did not like have like they kind of had like they kind of threw away Tanji and Tsukasa character, but at the same time I wouldn't really blame the anime for this, because it's just naturally happened because of the plot and the story. So I really wouldn't like even count this as a dislike. It's just me nitpicking, because I really didn't have no dislikes for this anime, and that says a lot, because like usually even some of my most favorite anime like Doroa, or even like One Punch Man, or even The Promised Neverland, I still had dislikes about them animes, but with this anime I couldn't really find no dislikes. It was just like a really good all around good anime in my opinion. And yeah, and then some of my thoughts on it, one thing I like is that it put a spin on shonen, shonen anime in general, because like usually with shonen anime, usually just like a character that's really powerful, and where he's trying to become powerful, and he's just trying to brute force his way through everything, or just he's just overpowered in general. And like that's one thing that's why people love shonen protagonists, because at some point in their stories they just become stupid overpowered, and yeah, and they really don't have too many other crazy concepts to come with it. And yeah, and that's the thing I liked about Dr. Stone, that he kind of like nowadays they kind of put a spin on it, because like it got something to do with science. And yeah, and plus it's mainstream, and with mainstream anime, like with mainstream shonen anime, usually like I said, people like overpowered characters. They don't really like nothing, they don't want really nothing else from like a shonen mainstream anime. All people expect is just a strong character. And it's kind of like a breath of fresh I can't talk, but a breath of fresh air to see like Dr. Stone doing something different, and it being mainstream. And hopefully this shows other just other studios that like you can do a shonen anime, and it doesn't have to be even if it's mainstream, it doesn't have to be like an overpowered character. It can be something totally different. Like it can be something like it's like it's a lot of shonen anime out there, and none of them, like a lot of them didn't make it into the mainstream. Like like My Hero Academia, Black Clover, and stuff like that. It didn't make it into the mainstream because it was too different. And yeah, and I just want to pretty much give Dr. Stone his props for doing this, and just showing us that mainstream shonen anime doesn't have to be all just superpowers. It can be other things like science fiction, and actually be something good. And yeah, and I just want to give Dr. Stone them props to that. And yeah, and then now we have like another thing that I like was really thinking about is that this this like anime or manga, it has like a really long life cycle if you think about it. Like this the author probably can scratch this out all the way to like 300, all the way to 500 chapters, or even more if you just want to be crazy with it and take it real slow, and not like really take it real fast. And yeah, and like that's pretty much like all for like all my thoughts. And then if I had to rate this anime for characters, I give it a 9 out of 10. The characters development was great. The large cast, the characters was also great. So I give it a 9 out of 10 for characters. And then for the plot, I give it an 8 out of 10 because the plot is not an average plot, and the plot was actually, actually kind of deep and decent. So yeah, and then for world building, I give it a 8 out of 10 because it really did expand the world, and this pretty much what this anime is supposed to be really good with like expanding the world, because if you didn't expand the world, then this anime really wouldn't be good. So I give it an 8 out of 10 for that. And then for execution of the plot, I give it a 7 out of 10. It wasn't really nothing special, nothing special that happened with them, how they like executed the plot, so I just give it a flat out 7. And then for animations, the animations, they, like I said, it wasn't great, but it was consistent, so I give it an 8 out of 10 for that. And yeah, if I add all it up and divide it, 8 out of 10 for me. This whole entire anime, this anime was great. And yeah, should you watch this anime? And yes, I highly recommend this anime if the only thing you watch is overpowered shonen protagonist anime, or if you just watch main screen anime in general, then I highly recommend you watch Dr.Stone, because it'll be like a breath of fresh air for you, and you will actually fall in love with it, or you will just end up really liking it like I do. And yeah, and you already know it's your boy Trisha Style. I'm sorry, like I didn't really go into details when I was rating it, but like some of my roommates right now, they taking a shower, so I'm pretty sure y'all gonna be able to hear this in the background. So yeah, man, you already know I already know you just saw my first video of the whole entire year. We finna get ready to take off, and I'm gonna be doing more anime reviews and things like that. And yeah, and it's your boy Trisha Style. Like and subscribe. I almost forgot about that. And yeah, and okay, I'm messing on my outro. Okay, one more time. Alright, then it's your boy Trisha Style. I'm out. To the tune till I'm dead. Don't want